Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for May 2023. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this stability card. It says you will be stable and very prosperous. Make stability a top priority and commit yourself to consistency. And then you have the Three of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. I feel for some of you, maybe you've made some changes to like your daily routine or, kind of like the things that you do during the day. And I feel like this first row is encouraging you to like get back on some sort of routine. So, if you have recently like started a daily routine, then I feel like it's time to kind of like get back on it. I feel like it's time to get back to it. And I feel like you're going to see results. Some of you, it's like you could be revisiting a routine. Like that's a word that's popping into my head, Libra. I don't think I've ever had that word for you popping into my head, but I don't know. It just feels like you could be. I have this feeling of doing something like every single day is the best way I could describe it. And I feel like it's going to be very successful for you. It's kind of funny because I had the word visionary popping into my head, and you end with the word revolutionary. I don't know why that's popping into my head as the same word. I know that it's not, but it's like I saw this eagle or this bird up here, and I was getting visionary was like what I was getting on that card. So, I feel like some of you could have some like very unique ideas at this time, and I feel like these unique ideas could actually, like I have the word groundbreaking as well. So if you have like an invention popping into your head, just something, it doesn't even have to be that serious. It could just be like, you could just be, visualizing or being a visionary in your daily routine. You could be coming up with some sort of new daily routine. Again, I feel like it's like a groundbreaking change that you could be making. And again, it might not necessarily be groundbreaking in the world. It might just be groundbreaking for you. It could totally change your life, like whatever change you're making here. I don't know. It's just craziest reading that I've done for you in a while. You have the Queen of Swords. I kind of feel that the Queen of Swords is just you showing up in a very strong position. When you show up as yourself, you show up in a position of power and strength. She is also transforming. She has the butterfly on the tip of her sword there. And also, normally, she only has clouds like halfway up her body. And so it says that she sees kind of the future clearly. Her back is always to the past. And, I really feel for a lot of you that you're kind of like seeing things clearly, or maybe you're waking up to like a new reality. You have the Three of Pentacles as well. As always, teamwork makes the dream work. Two is better than one. That's literally what's popping into my head here. And when we go like this, you have the Lovers to the Ten of Pentacles. This does not have to be love, by the way. This could just be like a business partner. It could just be a person who wants to help you in life. But I kind of feel there's like I feel more that the Lovers is coming up, because the Lovers, there's this angel, this higher self angel on the card. And it's almost as if like something has been divinely guided into your life, I have the word companionship popping into my head as well. But it could be a lover, it could just be a friend, and I feel like this person could be helping you, or because this person enters into your life, like you're making more money with the Ten of Pentacles. With the Three of Wands, you have the heart. The heart represents, I'm using this Lenormand deck, by the way, and it's from, people always ask me about these decks. They're from this Etsy store right here, Maruk X, or I don't know how to say that, but they're from, if you go to Etsy and you search that name, that's how you find it. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I just like her decks. But again, anyway, I'm using this Lenormand, and this is a card of love, so I feel like there could be love coming in for you. Again, if you don't want love, the reason I say that is because we go down to the Nine of Pentacles. You could be focused on being independent, or you could be focusing on your own success here, Libra. With the Queen of Swords, you have the dog. Although you have the dog is a card of companionship, loyalty. It's funny that I said the word companion, and I really feel there could be like a companion coming in for you. And again, it doesn't have to be a lover. It could just be a person who really helps you in work or business, and whatever it is. I feel like they're very loyal to you as well. If this is love, I definitely feel that it is a very loyal person. I feel like you need to get out of your head, and we'll talk about that in the next row. With the I just saw 444, by the way. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the birds. The birds represents communication. birds deliver messages. So I feel like you need to like pay attention to your intuitive messages, your dreams, your daydreams. It's like something is communicating with you. I also, you can see there that the first word is gossip on the birds, and the birds definitely can represent gossip. And we had Mars retrograde in Gemini. It's not there anymore, but it doesn't matter. I would like avoid gossip or, people who gossip at this time. I kind of am, I don't think it's like, that serious of a warning here, Libra, but I do feel it's a little bit of a warning. I feel like it's saying, like, don't take part in gossip. Next, in the area of what you need to know right now, you have this murky thoughts card. It says worry, doubt, pessimism, lost hope, insecurity, confusion, lack of focus, depression, uncertainty, concern. Your first card is a Ten of Swords, which would basically be all those words that I just gave you. So pretty much the same thing. I kind of feel like this is saying get out of your head, because really what I see happening here is that maybe you've had difficult endings in the past. Maybe you have these murky thoughts, and there's clearly something new coming in for you. And you could be worried about like whether or not a new connection is actually going to go somewhere, or whether or not like working together with a person is actually going to go somewhere. But look, no matter what direction we go, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, a lot of success. Even going this way, even with the Two of Swords, there's just an island behind her, and that island represents an obstacle, but it's not like a bad obstacle, it's a good obstacle. She has to learn how to overcome it. And the Knight of Wands can be inconsistent energy, but it's also a card of building. So I feel like you could be building something new, and I really feel this could be, again, a groundbreaking is the word that pops into my head, connection with the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. It's something that changes your life. This is amazing, going to that 10 of Pentacles, because this could be love. 10 of Pentacles to me is the best love card in the deck. It's like everything you want and desire in a connection. It's building and leaving a legacy with a person. So, definitely could be a solid love connection here. Could be a fire sign or a Sagittarius. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you always get Sagittarius with me. And right next to it, by the way, the birds is Sagittarius. It's actually Mercury in Sagittarius. So, you have a lot of this like Sagittarius energy in your reading. I also feel like this could be saying, I kind of get a weird message of never settling, because, you go from, he has 2 cups here, the Temperance Angel, and then you go to 1 cup right here. I kind of feel like it's saying that you're not settling, or that you shouldn't settle, right? Or, I feel like it's saying that, like, I feel like we always have to make compromises in life, or for the most part, right? It's like, do we ever truly get everything that we want in life? Probably not. But, I kind of feel like this is saying, don't settle on something that you want. With the 10 of Swords, you have this photograph card. This deck has some like extra oracle cards in it. So this is not a real Lenormand card, but this card kind of represents the past, or, it kind of represents thinking about the past. It says past memories, past reunion, past influences. So the 10 of Swords literally says, let go of the past. Even the 2 of Swords, it's like you could be thinking that, like, that's kind of what I was getting here. Like 2 options, maybe you're looking at 2 options, but maybe there's a third option that's better. Even look at this, like 2 cups, 1 cup. The Queen of Cups has 1 cup in her hand. So this reading is really telling me that there's also like a groundbreaking opportunity that is a third option. Maybe you don't realize that you have a third option. Maybe you're just focusing on 2 things. And again, this does not have to just be love, Libra. This could be in work and business. Like maybe I see that for some of you. It's like maybe you've been kind of going back and forth between, 2 ideas for your career, but maybe there's a third option, something better. Like, I always, not to toot my own horn here, but it's like, when I started this channel over 8 years ago now, first off, when I started, there were no readers that had more than 10,000 subs. So I didn't even think it was possible to have more than 10,000 subs. And now look, there are people like, I think Ali's Tarot is like almost 1 million, right? So, it's like I never thought it was possible. This was never, like, when I started the channel, it was not an option. It was just something that I was doing like as a hobby, right? It was just something that I was doing just because I wanted to. I wasn't really looking at it, or like, it's not that I wasn't taking it seriously. I just wasn't looking at it as something that could be serious, right? I was just having fun when I started. And I still have fun, obviously, but I take it much more seriously. And, I kind of feel that for you, where it's like there could be, maybe you're looking at this or that. Like at that time, I thought I had to either get a job, or I was actually working on another business that I still work on, but actually didn't. I thought that other business was going to be my, meal ticket, right? And neither one of those things turned out to be it. This tarot turned out to be it. So, it's like I kind of have that popping into my head. I hope that makes sense. With the Lovers, you have the Sun. Yes, if there's love coming in for you, This person's going to make you very happy. There's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. Just like in the tarot, this is Leo, so it could be a fire sign for sure that's coming in for you here, but I feel like there's a lot of joy, happiness, abundance because of this love connection. This is like a person who glows. Like, I feel like this is a person who has a lot of, who gets a lot of attention or whatever. I feel like they're very positive, like very positive aura type of energy is what I get off of this person here as well. Definitely could be a fire sign because it's like, some fire sign people, when they're at like a positive vibration, they really kind of have that, kind of like magnetic energy. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Next, you have this stability card. It looks this tree card. It looks exactly like that stability card. And so the tree in the Little Normand represents stability. It represents longevity. It represents, building something long term. And I talk about this all the time. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. Uranus and Taurus is all about building and leaving a legacy. And we have Uranus and Taurus. So it's crazy that basically everyone gets the Ten of Pentacles with me nowadays. And, again, the Ten of Pentacles is like building and leaving a legacy, finding a bunch of success, all those other things. So, I feel pretty much everyone is just focused on like longevity in love and business and otherwise. Next, you have this card that says endure on it. This is coming up in the unexpected. This is from the Empyrean Oracle by Threads of Fate. Full disclosure, I do have a business relationship with Threads of Fate, but they are launching 3 new decks, and you can find out more about that down below. I'm also going to have a video out about the 3 new decks in a couple of days, but I feel like you've been kind of like enduring something. I feel like you've been in something long enough is what this is saying. And I kind of see that here, with the Two of Swords. You've been trying to make up your mind between two things. I do get just the only thing that's popping into my head is decision, or a choice. And, it's kind of also interesting that we go Queen of Cups to the Ace of Cups here, like this way and this way. Queen of Cups, she follows her heart. So she just does whatever her heart tells her to do. She really values her feelings over everything else. The Ace of Cups, outside of love, can just represent doing the things that, cause you to overflow, doing things that bring you joy. Again, this tarot channel, I was just doing it because it was fulfilling to me. People always tell me, like, I do readings when I'm sick, and people are always like, don't do readings when you're sick. I'm like, no, it's like when I'm sick, I need to do readings because I'm channeling from source. I always feel 1,000 times better after I'm done doing my readings. Also, if you notice, like, go watch one of my old lives. It's like I always can start off like a little bit slow and then speed up at the end because it's like I just have more energy, right? And so this gives me life. And, I feel like some of you could be discovering something that like gives you life, basically, with that Ace of Cups. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. Nine of Pentacles, all about independence and kind of like focusing on your finances. Again, as I always say, I think it's impossible right now for anyone to be alive to not focus on becoming more independent, to not be focusing on their wealth or creating more financial security. I just think everybody is pretty much doing this right now. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Same thing with the Ten of Pentacles. Everybody wants this, but that doesn't mean everybody has it, right? And clearly, like I said, going this way, I feel like there could be something entering into your life that is the Ten of Pentacles. Again, for some of you, it definitely could be love. So you could be attracting a person who kind of, where the two of you have the Ten of Pentacles together. That could be like happy home, happy family. That could just be building wealth. It could be, whatever it is that you want. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the stork. The stork can represent children. Storks, that's how people have babies, right? Is that the storks deliver babies to us. So, it could literally represent a baby. It can also be a card of like improvements, the stork, or, kind of like some sort of transition, because it does represent birth. And, you also have the Queen of Cups, which would be the mother. And so I feel for a lot of you, there's like a new transformation coming in for you. With the Two of Swords, you have the child. If you're not trying to get pregnant, I would definitely be careful here, Libra. There's a lot of pregnancy energy. Obviously, if you can't get pregnant, then this part of the message isn't for you, but I would be careful. This could, again, the stork and the child together in the Lenormand can just represent a very positive new beginning. The one thing I would say about the child coming up with the stork is that you have to educate yourself. Like, the child can say, children, it's like, obviously, if you have a child, there's a lot to learn, right? So if you are starting something new, doesn't have to be a child, could be anything, learn the ins and outs of whatever you're doing, because that will lead to more success. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Fish. Damn, this is a very good reading here, Libra. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of success, a lot of abundance coming in for you. This is a card of like improvements in your finances. It's also the card of the soulmate, by the way. It doesn't say it on this card, but I've been reading Lenormand for longer than I've been reading actually tarot. So, I started out reading playing cards, which is basically Lenormand, which was part of the system that I followed. So, this can be a card of like a soulmate coming in for you, or meeting a new person. I feel like between now and like the beginning of next year, so it might not happen overnight, but I do feel there's like a very solid connection coming in for you. And if this is love, clearly it's going to increase your finances. I would also say that with that Fish card, if you're starting a business relationship, like getting a job, getting a new job that's a business relationship. Meeting a new business partner, that's a business relationship. It's going to lead to a lot of abundance for you. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card that says the Revolutionary. Again, I kind of have like some groundbreaking ideas popping into your head. Like I feel like you're coming up with ideas that you've never thought of before. These could be ideas for your life. These could be ideas for the world. Could be anything, but I would like move towards those ideas because it looks very successful. You have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Again, I feel like this is the only thing you need to worry about, is making sure that everything you do is heart-based, making sure that the things you do, fulfill you, that they bring fulfillment into your life, that they make you happy. So again, don't do things that you don't want to do. I know that sounds simple, and people always say to me, like, there are things that I have to do, like I have to go, to this job that I hate. I'm like, well, yeah, of course, there are always things that we have to do that we don't want to do. So your job is to find like the tiniest little thing that you can to enjoy it. Like even if that's just, focusing on a person's shoes that you work with. Maybe you like their shoes, right? As ridiculous as that sounds, I feel like this is saying you have to create that transformation of like maybe not liking something to liking it. Because we go, Temperance is right here up to the Queen of Cups. Temperance says, take a negative, turn it into a positive. You have the Knight of Wands. I feel like your future self, it's like I'm getting this, this last row is meant to represent messages from your future self, but I feel like your future self wants you to be more adventurous at this time. That could be literally like going on adventures. It could also be like traveling or moving around or doing those things. I feel would be a really good idea for you with the Knight of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups. Definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. So, again, we've talked about this. If you want love, this is a very good love reading for you, Libra. I see a lot of fulfillment as well. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Tunnel. This is like an oracle card again in this deck. It says hidden passage, journey, lost, refuge, exploring the subconscious. So I feel for a lot of you, again, this is about like exploring your deepest desires with that Queen of Cups and moving more towards the things you want to do. Again, I can't get away from that Two of Swords. That Two of Swords is, as I was saying earlier, it's really saying to me, like, you don't have to have this or that. Like maybe you think that you only have two options. Like it could be between two jobs, or maybe you feel like your only option in life to make money is to have a job or to, do something else. I don't know. And I feel like this is saying, no. If you kind of explore yourself in your heart, like what your heart is telling you to do, I feel like you could discover something that could lead to a lot of success. Again, I keep telling people YouTube, it's like there has never been a time. I know that YouTube makes a lot of changes and I've complained about some of them, right? But it's like there has never been a time where you could just talk about whatever the hell you want and like make money. So, I feel like this is saying you need to explore your deepest desires to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Clover. The Clover is the luckiest card in the Lenormand, so it represents luck. It can represent like good fortune, success, improvements in your finances, and it can also represent kind of like unexpected ideas as well. So again, if you have any ideas that you feel are like groundbreaking or, different, I would explore those ideas because they probably are. They are groundbreaking and different. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Lilies. This is a card of like wisdom. It is a card of like knowledge as well. It can represent gaining experience. So I feel for a lot of you that you have like, I just really feel it's saying you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need to be very successful with doing something that is heart-based. So like if you want to start a business or change your career, I see a lot of success here for you, Libra. This is an amazing reading. For sure. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this Size card. It's kind of like a card of just like being there, not doing anything. She's kind of like depressed, standing there waiting for something. I do feel that you have the Three of Wands, which basically, the Three of Wands says, what are you waiting for? This card here says, what are you waiting for? So I feel there's remember I use the word visionary. It's like you have some sort of unique idea for your life. Could be in love, business, whatever. And I feel like you need to do it, whatever it is. You have this joyfulness card. So I do feel there's a lot of happiness. This card obviously kind of reminds me of the Three of Cups, but I feel it is encouraging you to celebrate, socialize, have fun with people in your life. Next, you have this falseness card. Everyone's had this card because I'm just going to blame Mercury retrograde. If you have a person coming back from the past, they're probably still false. So I would be careful of that, of course. And again, you don't have to settle to a sword. I was saying that on the Two of Swords. Next, you have this frivolity card. I feel like this is kind of saying be careful with your actions. Those are the words that I'm getting. I feel like it's saying, don't just do things to do them. Make sure you're doing things on purpose. It's like, as a person who's worked with a lot of businesses, it's like I there have been a lot of business owners where they do things. I'm like, why do you do this? And they don't have a good reason for why they do something in their business that isn't working in the first place, right? So, what I would say here is it's are you doing things that are important, or are you just doing things just to do things? I would say make sure every action that you're taking at this time is for a reason. You have this Room card. I feel like you need some time for yourself, is what this reading is saying. I feel kind of very motivated here. Three of Pentacles, really good card for work. Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. But I also feel that kind of taking some fulfillment time, doing some things for yourself would also be important this month. But really good reading for you this month. I feel like you're kind of increasing your finances and, other stuff as well, Libra. I love this reading. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.